Immigration trends in 2025, what they mean for employers. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. The Canadian federal government has announced a significant policy shift in its immigration strategy, aiming to reduce the number of temporary residents, especially foreign workers, to 367,750 by 2025. This new cap will notably limit the number of work permits available to first-time applicants and marks a sharp departure from the previous approach to immigration growth. From expansion to reduction, a dramatic shift in immigration strategy. This new direction reflects Prime Minister Mark Carney's stated commitment to restoring immigration to sustainable levels. His government aims to reduce the share of work and study permit holders to less than 5% of Canada's total population by 2027. This is a notable pivot from the November 7, 2023 Immigration Levels Plan, which sought to welcome 500,000 newcomers in both 2025 and 2026. The revised 2025 plan signals a shift from aggressive population growth through immigration to a focus on sustainability, labor market balance, and integration capacity. Impact on employers across Canada. These changes will deeply affect Canadian employers, regardless of industry or size. For years, businesses have benefited from a steady pipeline of international talent, especially through open work permits held by international students and post-graduation work permit holders. Organizations that previously relied on non-employer-specific permit programs will now face more complex and time-sensitive processes. Those already familiar with employer-specific permits, closed work permits, must prepare for longer processing times, greater application scrutiny, and stricter compliance regulations. Work permit expiring? Start renewal applications early. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada generally requires in-Canada work permit holders to apply online for renewals, rather than at border points. This change reduces pressure on border officers and ensures security and consistency in permit issuance. However, as of June 27, 2025, the average processing time for work permit renewals has ballooned to 196 days, introducing serious operational headaches for both employers and workers. Thankfully, applicants who file before their current permit expires can continue working under maintained status. But there's a catch. During this period, they may lose access to provincial health care and require costly private insurance. If a worker leaves Canada during this process, they forfeit their maintained status and cannot resume work until their new permit is approved. The departure of the PGWP cohort, a major labor challenge. During and after the pandemic, employers leaned heavily on international graduates with PGWPs to address labor shortages. But since PGWPs are non-renewable, this talent pool is now rapidly shrinking. Employers must now rethink their hiring strategy. Options include pursuing labor market impact assessments, a time-consuming and expensive process that some employers have never used before. To prepare, conduct a foreign worker audit, identify staff with expiring permits. Explore options for LMIA-supported permits or provincial nominee programs. Start succession planning for roles currently filled by PGWP holders. Rising rejections, greater complexities in work permit applications. Immigration lawyers and stakeholders are raising alarms over an uptick in arbitrary rejections or incorrect returns of work permit applications processed by IRCC's Edmonton Case Processing Centre. Even applicants who meet clear criteria have been denied, often contradicting IRCC's own policy guidance. The fallout is severe. Foreign workers must stop working immediately after a refusal. Employers are left scrambling to find replacements, risking lost productivity and revenue. Administrative errors in approvals may require prolonged follow-up, delaying onboarding. For businesses especially in rural or underserved regions, these inconsistencies pose real and immediate operational threats. Employer compliance, more important than ever. Employers hiring foreign workers through closed work permit streams must comply with several strict conditions. Offering the same job role and comparable or better wages/conditions as promised in the application. Maintaining a workplace free from abuse. Abiding by all federal and provincial labor laws. Compliance inspections can occur for 6 years after a permit is issued. Violations may result in fines up to $100,000 per infraction, capped at $1 million annually. Permanent or temporary bans from hiring foreign workers. Public naming and shaming on IRCC's non-compliance registry. Revocation of LMIAs and work permits. Notably, IRCC has doubled enforcement penalties in the past year and continues to increase compliance inspections. To mitigate risks. Conduct an internal audit of your immigration program. Establish a compliance framework and training. Make voluntary disclosures if issues are discovered before inspections occur. Bill C-2, the Strong Borders Act and its far-reaching implications. Canada's newly proposed Bill C-2, the Strong Borders Act, seeks to further expand federal control over immigration matters. If passed, it will allow the government to share immigration data between federal departments and jurisdictions. Pause, suspend, or terminate immigration applications, including work permits and study permits. Block late asylum claims filed more than a year after arrival. Amend or cancel existing immigration documents, including work permits. This bill grants unprecedented discretionary power to the federal government and could introduce even more unpredictability for employers and temporary residents alike. Next steps: strategic planning for employers. Given this dramatically shifting landscape, employers must take urgent steps to safeguard their workforce and ensure continuity. Conduct workforce audits. Employees with social insurance numbers starting with 9 are typically temporary residents. Begin tracking them now. Verify work permit status. Ensure work permits are valid, track expiry dates, and determine options for renewal or transition to permanent residency. Build a work authorization strategy. Identify key roles at risk and plan for alternatives, either via LMIA or nominee programs. Implement immigration compliance policies, include training, regular reviews, and documented processes. Conclusion: proactive planning is no longer optional. The Canadian immigration landscape is undergoing profound transformation. As the government enforces stricter policies and employers face growing uncertainty, only those who plan ahead, act decisively, and prioritize compliance will succeed in retaining international talent. Whether you're a startup or a multinational enterprise, now is the time to adapt. The Macmillan Immigration Team is ready to support employers with everything from strategic hiring plans to compliance audits and immigration training. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.